No. Okay, this is the beginning of part 2 of Luna's story.
Chapter 16 by Johnny. I woke up, I heard the sound of a boat passing slowly by. I heard no metal sound when I saw 2 mini humans came that afternoon. I stayed in the deep in the trees. After they left, there was meat. I couldn't help digging in because I hadn't eaten since I'd been with the older woman. There were large slabs of the best meat I've ever had. It was a wild taste of the forest. I chased the eagles away first. I ate till my belly bulged. When I couldn't eat any more, I took the scraps off the center of the island, where I dug a hole in the ground and saved it for another day. I used my nose to cover it up with dirt and moss.
Chapter 17 by Mackenzie. I sensed a change in the air. Thomas and Nika came late in the day and sat very quiet. In spite of my fear, I was drawn to Nika and Thomas. Nika puppy whined. Hesitating at first and alert to faraway thunder, I advanced on bent legs. Halfway down from the protection of the trees, I went pee, then inched forward until I was several body lengths away. I lifted my lips in a smile and lowered my head in greeting.
Chapter 18 by Aisha. I heard sounds. I smelled smells. The smells put fire into my muscles and pulled me towards the cover of the trees. I recognized a voice beneath the eagle tree, and it was a metal sound that came with the human. And beyond that, thunder, but more thunder, fear. Later, pain burned into my body. I slipped back away from my body. I could smell the one light going beside me as I fell into the deep forest of my mind. I woke up in a very small cage, but what caught me off guard was the pain in my shoulder. Then I fell asleep, but I kept waking up until a man with a kind voice came in and put stinky stuff on my shoulder. Later, I found out that his name is Dr. Dave.
Piper's Chapter 20. I sniffed and trotted and marked and scratched. I ran a loop next to the fence, caught a deer leg in the trees, waded in the stream, sat high on my rock. People came to the fence. I danced to see them, but still something was missing. I howled in the night and listened for calls in the wind.
Chapter 21, Lizzie. Suddenly the air was filled with scents that I knew deep in my body's memory. I sorted the layers of my senses and trotted over to peer through the fence. There I saw familiar humans huddled together, looking at something, their backs to me. I scraped the ground, parted my lips, then sniffed again.
I wore a pathway in the grass besides the smaller pen. I gazed at Khan. Saliva filled my mouth, and an urge came over me. I wanted Khan to be closer, to taste his breath in my mouth, to run beside him through the trees.
I surveyed the humans from my greeting rock in and out of Khan's pen. Energy sparked in the air. What would happen now? At least I could not stay still and raced into the deep trees of the pen and back. Khan, the one I wanted to know, stood watching, then looked at the humans, then watched me again.
Chapter 24 by Sophie. We ran shoulder to shoulder with my controlled bite. I held his fur. I held his muzzle in my mouth, then sniffed him when he rolled. It was as though he had always been with me, and when we waited and watched within the territory of each other's sight or slum or hearing.
Epilogue. Maya, Haley, and Lizzie. It was a deep winter, tree shadows linked by the moonlight on fresh snow. I lifted my nose, coming to the fence, where Nika and Randall and Ian talked calmly. Then Eleanor gave me meat. I leaped to stand on the greeting rock, my tail at ease, when Nika and Ian clanged through the gate into my enclosure. The almost full-grown Khan bounced across the snow to greet them, his tall body twisting, his tail loose and circling. After Nika, Eleanor, and Randall and Ian went back through the gate, I heard low rising sound. Then another. Then Khan ran to lick my lips, to bow for me. We stood shoulder to shoulder, ears pricked forward. Now Eleanor Ian and Nika bent their voices in a howl. A little like a wolf's, but not the same. In the light of the moon, fired snow. Con lifted his muzzle to answer the howl, when, with a throaty fullness that could sail for miles. At least I could sing side by side with Con in tones that could tunnel up through time. I shaped my howl deep in my chest. I let it brace together with his. We sang into the treetops, sang across the frozen lake, celebrating what we knew deep inside our blood and our bones.